Well, hey kids, welcome back to Theme Park Casual. In case you weren't able to guess from the signage, we are at Six Flags Magic Mountain today, and apologies for the incredible shaky cam. Magic Mountain doesn't let you bring any filming apparatus devices in. I could not even bring in my clamp with the little tripod on there. They don't allow anything here. But hey everybody, we're gonna make the best of it. It might not be a very long stream because we can't take you on any of the coasters because they don't allow you to hold anything. So I thought I'd give you guys a quick tour of the park. For anybody that hasn't been here, if you're thinking about coming here, I'll give you guys a little bit of a overview and give you my thoughts on some of the different attractions here. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera and we will start our tour. That fountain is right when you walk in through the entrance. You pass by their tiny little Main Street-esque entry area, and we are going to head off to the right, and we are looking at full throttle here. And welcome in everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. This was a surprise stream. Wasn't sure what time we were going to be able to get here. Mrs. Casual is helping a friend with the baby shower out in, I think it's Chatsworth. And so she asked if we would drive out with her, and then while we drop her off for the baby shower, we could go to Magic Mountain. I've got Casual Jr. and Nephew Casual with me. They're off doing their own thing. I told them, I said, I'm going to do a quick live stream. You guys go have fun on the coasters. Nephew hasn't been here since he was like 8 years old, so nearly 20 years. But welcome in Slappy, RJ Leal, good to see you, Disney Truly, Kelly DiMaggio, I'm pretty sure I saw Good Vibes, yes, hey, Good Vibes, IGN, welcome in. I think I saw, let's see, who else we got here? RJ Leal, thank you so much for the 13 months of tomatoes and ice cream. Krista Joe, welcome in. Jessica Coloma, Lucas, mystery guest, NJC, welcome in everybody. And I believe it was Fire Dragon that upgraded to Ultra Casual. Thank you so much for that. I will be putting together packages either tonight or tomorrow for some of our Pluto winners and some of our sticker winners from March Madness. So I will be getting a package ready for you as well, Fire Dragon. Pete, welcome in. James Lapsansky, good to see you. Compressor Man Paul. All right, show of hands, how many of you guys have never been to Magic Mountain? Just kind of give me a little wave or some sort of indication that you've never been here. That was full throttle. That was basically, you're looking at almost the entire coaster right there. It's a launch that takes you through that giant loop, up and around the other way, and then it launches you back and over the loop. That one is one that I say if it's more than a 10, 15. Zippity Doo Doug, welcome in. Elise V, welcome. If you guys don't know our friend Zippity Doo Doug, oh no, are we lagging? I don't want to start doing a promotion when we're lagging. Okay, I think we're back now. If you don't know our friend Zippity Doo Doug, another content creator here on YouTube, be sure to go check him out. Mods will drop his link in the chat. Yes, rest in peace, Superman. That giant tower that you're looking at right there, dead center, that used to be Superman. What was it, the Escape from Krypton or whatever? So it used to launch you at, I want to say, 90 to 100 miles an hour. And you'd go flying up that tower and then fall all the way down backwards. And then they decided we're going to switch it, and they're going to launch you backwards so that you're looking down when you go up the tower, and then you come back down. And they do have, at least they used to have, I don't know if it's still running, but they used to have a ride that was attached to the sides called Lex Luthor Drop of Doom. And it would take you up there and then basically do Supreme Scream by an extra, I think, 50 to 100 feet. Vanessa, welcome in. Peyton Edwards, good to see you. Jay Bay. Sorry, I'm going to try to go through the chat. It's a little difficult because I have to hold the phone with my hand. I don't have any way to grip it other than just kind of clamping with my hand, so it's a little uncomfortable. Kara Mermaid, welcome in. And this used to be way back when it was a theater. And if you go way back to the 70s, there was a movie with Kiss, the band, and they played at that little theater there. So we're gonna take a quick dip over here into Bugs Bunny World. Take a quick breeze through here. Bunch of stuff for the little ones. You can see we got like a little truck here, off-road adventure. Got the tour bus, the Playland Funhouse. Looks like they got the little styrofoam balls that you fire out like they do over at Legoland. Got a little Canyon Blaster coaster over here. Let's see if we can get a quick look at the coaster. It's a very tiny little coaster, but you know, fun for the little ones. Let's see if we... And if you can get on that, that does count as a coaster credit for you. They got the Pepe Le Pew's Tea Party. Their version of the little bitty teacups. Got a Pounce and Bounce with Sylvester. Carousel, Elmer Fudd's weather balloons, Carrot Club Theater, and more just kind of fun playhouse type of stuff. They are doing some construction over here, so some of the areas are blocked off. Then you got Speedy Gonzales Hot Rod Racers, another little coaster. Around the other side, see if we can get a look at it in motion. We'll see. Alright kids, I think we got a little bit better signal now. Over in Bugs Bunny World it was a little tough. With this gigantic orange coaster you see in front of us, that is Goliath. That is one of the very few coasters that I will put a big disclaimer on and warn everybody. Way back when I was in my 20s, that thing would make you gray out. So I won't go on that one anymore. I do not need to end up being the old geezer who blacked out on a roller coaster. We're not going to do that. Oh, this is the little map of what they're adding to Bugs Bunny World. They're going to have Tasmania, Roadrunner Ridge, Bugs Bunny Play Park, Camp Duck-a-Muck. So, should be good for the little ones. Joy Bird, good to see you. Weird Old Man, welcome. Disney Mama, good to see you. I always like this one. Restrooms, Fort LeJohn. So let's see if we can get a view of Goliath dropping down that hill. Kate E, welcome in. I believe that is close to 300 feet. I'm pretty sure. Oh, that one's a 300-foot drop because it does go below the ground level. Then we got the Buccaneer and Swashbuckler, which is the giant boat swing, and then the spinning swings. See him there. And yeah, unfortunately, Magic Mountain is one of those places, kind of like Knott's. They're actually probably a little bit worse than Knott's. No, nothing on the coasters or rides or anything. They won't even let you bring a gimbal in. Again, apologies for all the shakiness. This is completely handheld. I have zero apparatus on the phone other than my measly little weak old man hands. And Fire Dragon, I don't know if you heard, but thank you for upgrading to ultra casual. I will be getting packages ready this weekend, and yours will be one of them with some of the newer stickers that we have created. Our ultra casual members automatically get stickers. Don't have to request them. They are available for purchase on the eBay store, but ultra casuals, you guys get sent stickers just because. So we're going to take a quick dip over here to the right. This is where you would get in line for the Drop of Doom, but I don't think it's going. I haven't seen it going today, so I don't know if it's open. They don't have a chain or anything up that's readily visible right here. But I think the door, oh yeah, the doors are closed. So, no Drop of Doom. And we got some, I don't know if it's dance or cheer teams doing their thing in this theater over here. But this one is the Scream Punk District, which I think is a very cool name. I really wish they were better at theming it, Six Flags. Because Scream Punk, where wood meets steel and equals twisted thrills. Silent Princess, welcome in. So I'm going to take you over here. I'm not sure what we're going to be able to see of Twisted Colossus. It's mainly viewable from the parking lot. But Twisted Colossus, if you guys are familiar with the original Colossus, it was a dual track racing wooden coaster. When it debuted in, I think it was 1978, it was one of the biggest coasters, one of the biggest wooden coasters, especially biggest dual track. And after years and years and years, it was probably getting close to end of life. And Six Flags did an amazing thing and took it and turned it into Twisted Colossus and made it a hybrid. So it's kind of a steel coaster sitting on top of a Woody, but with a, you know, woody feel to it. And this one is one of the best coasters they have here now. I absolutely love Twisted Colossus. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to see much from over here. Let me see if I can kind of peek through the trees a little bit for you. Shelly Nicholas, welcome in. And thank you so much, Fire Dragon. I appreciate that. I simply do the best I can, and hopefully it's giving you guys a good product, something fun to watch and fun to interact with in the chat. That's the goal. But Twisted Colossus, it's interesting because they took a dual track wooden coaster, but now it became a single track, but they let you cycle twice, and each cycle has different elements. So it's pretty cool. So you start off, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. All right, doesn't want to let me zoom. There we go. You start off on the blue track. Blue track circles all the way around until you get back to the lift hill, and then it turns into the green track. And then you cycle through the ride again. Just secure your phone. Exactly. El Patron, welcome in. And then over on this side, they've got this one is called Scream. And it is about as basic of a coaster as you can get with still being, you know, kind of a sizable coaster. This one, I almost don't know why they added it other than to say, hey, we needed another coaster so we can make, you know, 20 and be the park with the most coasters in the world. That's the only thing. It's like it's such a plain Jane, absolutely mid coaster. Zero theming, just sits, you know, kind of like out in the parking lot. I really don't get it, especially compared to just about any of their other coasters. Every other coaster has something unique about it. That one, it's mind-boggling as to why it's even here. We were here last year just before Halloween time, and over here in this area they had these like big statues of like giant gorillas, apes, all with the steampunk armor on them. It was like, ooh, that's like taking the flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz and, you know, really giving them an upgrade. Robert Ayala, welcome in. Peyton Edwards, let me see, what were you asking, my friend? Dark Ride Arts, welcome in. Oh, okay, you guys were talking. Just want to make sure I didn't miss a question for me. Riding original Colossus backwards, yes, I never got to do that. I think they would do that like during special times and at Halloween. They would put Colossus and put the trains on backwards and you would ride backwards. Wonder if they could get away with doing something like that these days. I can't imagine going down that drop backwards. That would be insane. And we swing this way and we are at the DC Universe section. And there's a couple of pretty good coasters here. They've got Batman the Ride and Wonder Woman. What's this one called? Is this one? I don't think this one's called Lasso of Truth. Let's go see what the official title of the Wonder Woman coaster is. They usually have a couple of carnival rides. This one is the turbo spin, standing, and it just spins and then lifts you up a little. But Batman the Ride is basically very similar to Silver Bullet at Knott's Berry Farm. Suspended coaster. Still a good one. Still a good one. Even though it's what, like close to 30 years old? I think that one came out alongside Batman Forever. Maybe even Batman Returns. Wonder Woman Flight of Courage is the official title. And let me tell you, the Wonder Woman coaster here, it's going right now. We're going to catch it as it's coming by right here. So let me see if I can get you guys a good angle right here. But it is a single file coaster, like bobsled style almost. Individual cars. And it's on a single rail. And I don't know if that's what does it, but it's a trip riding it. It is so hard to figure out what the heck the track is going to do, even when you're looking at the track. But that is a fun ride. That is one of the ones I recommend. In fact, Mrs. Casual was asking, okay, you guys can only get on 3 coasters. Which ones do you pick? And I said, Twisted Colossus, Tatsu, and Wonder Woman. But then I was like, oh wait, no, Apocalypse. Scratch Wonder Woman, go Apocalypse. And I said, no, go on Wonder Woman. No, go on Apocalypse. That's how good Wonder Woman is. It makes me debate whether to go on the really cool Woody coaster or take the innovative single rail coaster.
In one game, you get
Buddy Hepburn, welcome in. It's the same as Railblazer up here. Yeah, I'm sure it's a clone. There's several of the single rail coasters, but for the Six Flags parks, they've got the DC rights. So I think almost all the single rail, or at least they've got a couple of single rail, and they're both themed to Wonder Woman. Joy Bird, good to see you. Karen, welcome in. Sugar Plum, good to see you. Tiffany Johnson, welcome. Like some good prizes. If I had any real ability, I would give it a shot. I could probably win Mrs. Casual one of the Hello Kitties here with the pop and the balloons. How much would it cost? It would be $20. So for $20, I could win her little pineapple kitty or the banana SpongeBob. Or would she like watermelon kitty? I wonder. Oh, flamingos! Big, fat, fluffy flamingos.
You guys want to try to win? One ball in to win a prize. Every prize. Right this way, everybody. Sit right up. One ball in.
Another one of the large-scale carnival rides. This one's Crazanity. Thing is a spinning disc with everybody on the outside, and it swings out while spinning. None for me, thanks. This is the former location of a ride called Tidal Wave. It was just one big boat drop, like you were in a big boat like Pirates of the Caribbean, a little bit heftier. It would drop and cause a gigantic wall of water. That was one of the... They don't tell you you're getting wet, they tell you you're getting soaked. Got bumper cars over here. Do the monorail still operate? I don't think so. I see the track up there. At least, no, I think that's the Superman track. I don't think they have the monorail track even around anymore. I think the monorail is gone. There's Wonder Woman again. I was was trying to see if I could get on Riddler's Revenge with Casual Junior and Nephew Casual. But the line, I could tell, was going to be a little bit longer, and literally like 6 minutes before I was going live, Casual Junior texted, "We just got done." And they were in line for probably just over an hour. Right, let's go take a look at Riddler's Revenge, because it is one of my favorites. One of the old school favorites. Problem is like on a day like today, they've only got one train running, which is just awful. Just balloons the wait times way beyond what they need to be. Riddler's Revenge is a stand-up coaster. It has some really cool turns, big loops. I want to say it's got 5 inversions. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-ish, 5, 6, roughly 6. I'd say 5.5 inversions, because that one right there, that's dead center, that one's kind of like a side loop. It's not a full inversion. It's got a couple of corkscrews and these giant full loops right there. One train ops is evil, yeah. Yeah, I went up to Ninja when we first got here, because they charge me for parking when I have the Prestige Pass that comes with parking. But there was a glitch with the system, and the guy said, "Unfortunately, I have to charge you, but if you go to, Will Call or Guest Services, they'll refund it for you." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks. So inconvenience me. Wonderful." Watermelon Kitty. Yeah, Ninja is a fun one, but man, that line, and then it was great. So there's not too much of a line, so I think, oh, it's gonna be quick. One train operation. I'm like, ah. And then, so I picked back row. As soon as I'm about to get on, people with the fast lane or whatever, for whatever reason, came in through the back way, and they got to pick, and of course they picked back row, so I had to wait an extra rotation, so. Yeah, that's a good ride. Highly recommend Wonder Woman. All right, looks like Riddler's is heading up the lift. So we'll see. See you catch a couple of these loops here. It's got a good sound too. It's got a good roar. Yeah, that sound is good. I love the sound. Let me see if I can get you guys a view of the drop on Wonder Woman here. They seem to be moving that one along pretty quick. That one's actually kind of a fun load because it's on a conveyor, so it's like as train comes in, people are getting out, and then you got to hop in, and it's like kind of like a mad dash to get in there and get all situated. Dark ride, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's always that those darn skip the line things are just ruin it. Those are one of the most dastardly, money-grubbing ways that these parks make their money. Never been on a single rail. They look super fast. I don't know if they're any faster, but they just, it's hard to decipher what the track is doing. That's what I remember from riding Wonder Woman. It's just like I can't tell what's coming, and it's like almost every turn and twist is a surprise. Rachel Castro, welcome in. All right, here we go. Wonder Woman coming up the lift. But look how tight this turn is. I mean, that is like screamingly tight. In fact, we'll wait for it, and you guys, when you see it come by, you're gonna be like, wow, thing whips around that corner. You guys see that? The way it goes rising up and then does an inverted spiral down. That's just so cool. Such a good ride. All right, watch how quick it gets around this turn. Buddy Hepburn, I haven't been able to do the front row because they don't let you choose on Wonder Woman. You can't say, oh, I want to wait. They're just like, get in. Because you've got people behind you. And it's like I said, it's on the conveyor. So you're moving pretty quick. And then they have this one, the Hall of Justice. This is the Justice League Battle for Metropolis. Dark ride, shooter. That one is actually pretty well done. It's a good one. They got plenty of sets, animatronics. You know, I got to give it to them. It's like what Toy Story and all of those should be. You know, the ones that are screen based. This one it doesn't mix. So it's got good sets, characters, as well as the fun of some screen action that kind of keeps things at a frenetic pace. But all right, we're coming up on the original coaster here at Magic Mountain. This is the Gold Rusher. It is, when you compare it to everything that goes on today, this is tame even by Big Thunder standards. But I'm hoping we have time to get Casual Junior on it because we didn't get to do this one last time. And I want him to see, this is the coaster that opened the park. And one thing I do need to warn you guys, if you come into Magic Mountain, be ready for some serious walking. They call it Magic Mountain because it's situated on a mountain. You are doing a lot of uphill. And if you want to head toward Ninja on this side, which I do not recommend, you are going way, way uphill. It is steep. By the time you reach Ninja from this direction, you are exhausted. We'll come around this way. Looks like Ninja, the one train, is just wrapping up its course. It's going to make its way up to the load station. So by the time we hook around here, we'll have just another minute or so to wait to watch Ninja in action. And then right here, they've got the one flume ride that they have left. They used to have Logjammer. In fact, I should have pointed that out at the front, but where Full Throttle is, that used to be Logjammer. A rather unthemed log ride, but in Southern California during the summers, you want the water rides. All right, let's see. Is there anywhere we can get a good view of Ninja? Because they went and plopped down West Coast Racers right where you would normally get a good view. Dragon Blood, welcome in. All right, and then the somewhat paper-thin theming here for the underground. And West Coast Racers, very mid coaster. The only thing that makes it fun is the fact that you're racing, and they try to keep things locked into a racing situation. So they'll like hold the one train so that the other one can get prepped and you guys do get to race. But for me, if there's any line, I would skip West Coast Racers. Just the coaster itself just isn't all that great. And it looks like a hefty line. When we were here, we started our line indoors, and it still took half an hour. Alright, so up there you can see a little bit of the red coaster with the white pylons. That is Ningxia. And there's like nowhere to get a good view of it, it seems. Let me see if maybe going a little further we could get a better view. Because that one's a fun one. It's a suspended coaster. I think it hits up to 45 miles an hour, which is pretty decently quick. You think, oh, it's not that fast. Most coasters only hit about 30 to 35 miles an hour. It's your typical coaster. Inversions only need about 53 miles an hour to clear the loop. So. Adventures with Roto Commish, welcome in. If you don't know our friend Adventures with Roto Commish, another content creator here on YouTube, Mods will drop his link in the chat. So I'm hoping to either catch at least a little bit of West Coast Racers along this yellow and white track, or we'll get some Ningxia flying around up there. Although the best views of Ningxia are down here at the bottom where it gets into the good tight helix turns. But, you know, Magic Mountain is nothing if not superb in making sure that they block your view of things. Well, we got one Racer's coaster in place. Next one is moving. Oh, here we go. We're just getting a single coaster. Oh, no, there we go. Red, yellow, and blue are taking off. Still waiting for Ningxia to make its round. And thanks again, everybody, for joining me today. Apologies for the last-minute surprise stream, but I didn't know what it was going to be like when we got here. Didn't know exactly what time we were going to be able to make it here, so I figured I'd under-promise and hopefully we're over-delivering. Daisy to you, welcome in. How many have I rode today? I have only been on Ningxia today because I was trying to figure out if I can get my all-season dining pass to work here, and it actually does. So we can get 2 meals today. I already had chicken strips, and I wanted to do the live stream a little bit early. I didn't want to wait too late. So there goes Ningxia. It's such a different feeling when it's a suspended coaster. It's kind of weird. And if you can get the front on Ningxia, I highly recommend not looking at the track. If you're not looking at the track, it really starts to feel like you're going to swing into the trees and the columns and everything. It really makes it really exciting that way. And then we've got an excellent woody coaster over here with Apocalypse. It's got an interesting feature in that the train actually goes screaming right through the station in the middle of the ride. So you're sitting there loading and loading, and then there's like a platform that's like up above and, you know, back on the other opposite side of you from the load station, and the train just comes screaming through it. It's hilarious and just like crazy at the same time. But Apocalypse, one of the best ones here. But I'm a Woody fan, so I definitely enjoy the classic wooden coasters. Even though Apocalypse, it's like halfway to a hybrid, because that thing's got some serious banked up turns and things. That thing's taking all the modern engineering and whatnot and putting it to good use. Disney Boy Mom, welcome. Yeah, the first time we went, me and Casual Junior went on it, we're like sitting there, and I'm looking at the platform, and I'm like, what the heck is that up there? Is this train going? And next thing we know, the thing just comes barreling through. And it's not even like, you know, at one of the really slow spots. It's just like trucking through the station. It's hilarious. And like I said, you can see we're heading uphill right now. And there's the Jetstream again, another flume ride that is rather unthemed, but at least you get some splashy during the hot months. And that one's kind of fun because it's themed to little speedboats instead of logs. So just changing the ride vehicle sometimes makes it a little bit more fun. Six Flags Engineers, yeah. Like I said, it's a good one. Not as good as Ghost Rider though. I have yet to find a Woody that's better than Ghost Rider. I really wish Six Flags would just kind of take a page out of Lagoon's book and say, yeah, go ahead, take the camera on. Some of them I probably wouldn't. Like Tatsu, as much as I would want to, I would need something that is more than just a wrist strap. I would need like a GoPro with everything locked in, strapped around my arm and everything. Because those ones are crazy intense. And this one right here, this is Tatsu. Look at this. Watch this, guys. Watch this. You guys ready? You ready? You ready? Look at that. That is nuts up there. I'm hoping we can get a Tatsu come by. So why don't we hang out here for a second, see if we could get a flyby from Tatsu before we move on. And I don't even remember the last time they had the Sky Tower open. Does anybody have a bead on the last date that was actually functioning? There we go. That's the reactions I was hoping for. Yeah, that's probably what, a good 200 feet up right there? Maybe a little bit more. Doesn't look quite as tall as Supreme Scream, but it's certainly more than halfway. And the thing about Tatsu, it's a what they call a flying coaster. So you get strapped in to your seat, your feet are dangling, and then it rotates you forward so that you're like in a Superman flying position. And I don't want to give anything away, but there is one feature on Tatsu that will just send your senses scrambling to figure out what the heck just happened. But it is like the coolest feeling. All right, come on, Tatsu, let's go. That is the other thing with Tatsu. Long load process. Yeah, this one, when me and Casual Junior got off of this one, we were both like, oh my God, I think that might be the best coaster. Because sometimes with coasters this big, you feel like they're trying to hurt you, like the Lion. That one, it's trying to hurt you. Silver Bullet, it feels like it's trying to scramble your brain a little bit. You know, Tatsu, it's one of those ones where it's just like, check this out, and you're just having fun the whole time. Oh, here we go. Think we got our train coming, guys. There we go. So you can see how they're facing straight down right there. Oh man, if you like coasters, you will love Tatsu. The one John Moore, welcome in. Yes, the Tatsu loop. It just completely throws you because it's just so well done. The way they devised that entire little feature is just like, whoa. And the fun thing is I could even show it to you guys, and then when you ride it, you're just like, what the heck? Tammy, yes, we are at Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia, California. And then we have one of the pioneering of the Rapids rides. We have Roaring Rapids here. Again, mildly themed. You know, it's got the woodsy kind of a look, but when you're on the ride, just a little bit of rocks and some water. You know, no animatronics, no real theming, but there's the entry for Tatsu. Looks like it's probably good hour and a half to 2 hour wait minimum. Because when we came last year, we were literally like walking up the steps almost to the load platform, and it was still like a 15-20 minute wait when you're like at the load platform. So be warned. Tatsu would definitely be one of those ones to rope drop if you're not going to rope drop X2, which we are on our way around to go and check out right now. It's not operational today, so I can't show you the seating configuration and how the whole thing works, but X2 is considered one. They call it a four-dimension coaster. So you've got your lateral movement, your vertical movement, your forward movement, but then there's rotation on the seats vertically, not spinning like on Sierra Sidewinder. It is vertical spinning and rotating of your seat. Fire Dragon, they opened the coaster officially yesterday. Casual Junior and Mrs. Casual did get a chance to do the pass holder preview, and Casual Junior enjoyed the coaster tremendously. Mrs. Casual, who is not a coaster fan at all, said she said it's a good ride, that it is going to be a very, very popular ride. Oh, right here. I hope we're not lagging too bad because we have a classic coaster right here. Let me check the lag if I can. Hoping we're okay. But this is the Revolution first looping coaster. And when we come around to see the actual loop, you'll see that it is a circular loop instead of teardrop shape, the way most loops are done nowadays. And so the Revolution tends to have the effect of, if you're not keeping your head back against the headrest, it will push your head down toward your knees. Linda Clow, welcome. All right, here goes. This is the classic Revolution. If you want to see a really funny classic video, look up the Revolution and Super Dave Osborne. up into the trees. And in just a moment, they will be coming dashing down out of the trees. Let's see if I can probably get a little bit down in here. I don't want to get too close. Have somebody start yelling at me. Here we go. Don't know if you guys were able to see any of that. It's one of the fun parts when you go to a new park. It's trying to figure out where the lagged sections are, where you can get good connection. Let's park hop welcome in. And yes, we're at Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia. And coming around the corner here, we are coming up on Viper, one of the, I don't know, this is like kind of like a classic. I don't know, would this be considered a hyper coaster? Because that thing goes up there. This one, gosh, man, when the first time I rode Viper, I was just like, this is the best coaster ever built. Absolutely loved Viper. I still like it. Try to circle around, give you guys a view of everything that we can see with Viper. Yeah, there's too many trees that way. But 7 inversions on Viper. You got that sky high loop, you follow it up with a double loop-de-loop. Fly into a bat wing, which throws you upside down twice, and finish it off with a double corkscrew. And Bill Crawford, thank you so much for becoming a sponsor. Appreciate it. Ice cream's in the chat. Let me get my other phone out, see if I can throw some ice creams in there for you. And that was Teacher Tammy D with the gifted membership. Thank you so much, Tammy. Ice creams in the chat. Those ice creams for Tammy. Congrats to Bill Crawford for snagging that membership. So let me see how close I can get you to a good view of Viper here. So there's that loop. The loop is, I want to say 150 feet in the air. Hoping our lag has slowed down a little bit. Slappy, you said you had the same thoughts. What were those same thoughts? I'm sorry. I wasn't able to keep up with the chat perfectly. Hey, Bill Crawford, good to see you. I'm hoping that we'll get Viper cruising by. This is the second loop that you can see in that double loop section. Viper being the best roller coaster. Yeah, Slappy. When we came back, it was the first time I'd been back in like almost 25 years. And I'm so glad that I got to ride so many of these with Casual Junior, because I can feel that, you know what, I got maybe a decade left of riding these kind of coasters if I'm lucky. And then it's just going to be the kind of thing where it's like, all right, I can't get in and out of them. I can't deal with the forces that are put upon you on them. All right, Tammy, have a great day. I'm not sure how long we're going to be going because I want to catch back up with Casual Junior and get some rides in. But I did want to give you guys a tour of the park and let you kind of see what Magic Mountain is kind of like. But there's that Viper gigantic lift hill. And I love it because you do a big drop, come flying back up right into that sky-high loop. Big sweep and turn over there. Double loop. So this white track right here, this is the Revolution.
Yeah.
Do they have special events and festivals there at all? They do have, they do stuff at Christmas time. It's not really, you know, quite as done up as Knott's and Disneyland, of course. They do have some stuff. They do have lights and things like that. They do a pretty big, I think they call it Fright Fest, is here at Magic Mountain. So it's the Halloween haunt. They do have a decent sized haunt that is getting more and more popular. So, and I know at Christmas time they did have a show that involved like the scare actors that are the sliders. They had a show involving those same type of actors as reindeer, and they were doing the slider tricks and like stunt show kind of a thing. It wasn't a loop right there, so we'll hang out here and make sure we catch a coaster going through. So you can see how it's a near, you know, perfect 360 loop like that. Not quite the teardrop loop that you would see with most coasters nowadays. GV, welcome in. Paul M. Newitt, good to see you. Are we at Wally World? Technically, yes, we kind of are. You guys didn't know, National Lampoon's Vacation. This is the park that the Griswolds arrive at. And park's closed, moose out front should have told you. And you guys want a funny little story? I was in high school. Me and my buddies, we all take a day off of school. My buddy's parents drive us up to Magic Mountain. And they're closed because my buddy didn't bother to check to see, are they open? I think it was like a random Monday or Tuesday or something like that, so yeah. So needless to say, National Lampoon's Vacation kind of hits home with me. Where they were going to blow it up. Was that the movie with kids? Here we go. Classic, man, classic. Goes diving back, goes through a little tunnel, it's gonna come shooting right through that loop again. There it is. Ooh, breezy. Basically, picture you're flying into it. Up at the top, you're going up from the far side, up, down, and you do basically a somersault. So cool. Insane cool. All right, kids, we have now arrived back at the front of the park. Oh, we've got Daffy Duck here. Let's maybe see if we can get a quick picture with Daffy Duck. Let's see. There he is. There's Daffy Duck. All right, we got a group of people that are taking their pictures with him, so we'll let them have their fun. I will come over here for one last quick peek. The entry area here in Six Flags Magic Mountain. And again, thanks everybody for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tour of the park. Like I said, they don't give you any leeway to have any sort of gimbal or anything, even in the park, never mind on the rides. So all I could do is give you guys a little bit of a tour. If we come back, I may give you another tour. We'll go check out some of the merch and maybe even grab some food or something. But I will be back on Wednesday at Disneyland for more March Madness. I hope you'll join me. I am working on getting anybody who requested their Pluto game sheets. I'm getting those ready. I've got pretty much everybody that requested. I'm going to make some extras just in case there's anybody else that would like one. And I am packaging up some of the winners already for March Madness Pluto and going to be sending some of those out very soon. So I will just say relax, be casual, and have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next time.